Hi guys, today I wanted to make a video on what happens after God heals us, delivers us, answers our prayers, etc. In church on Sunday, the sermon mentioned how we hold tightly, we cling tightly to God in our trial. And then once the trial's over, we put God on a shelf and we walk away. Kind of the same as the Bible. We have the Bible with us, we're constantly reading it, we're hanging on to it for dear life, and then once the trial's over, we close it, we put it on our bookshelf, and we walk away. And when we're going through something, we're recognizing just how much we need God. And then, as things start to get easier for us, we start to feel like we don't need Him as much. And we start living more on our own power. And we tend to forget to ask God to let our power come from Him and Him only. And to just say those prayers of, Jesus, I don't want to go out today on my own power. I don't want to go out today without putting on the full armor. I don't want to do this alone. Even though I feel good, I know that I feel good because of you, because all good things come from above. And there's a verse in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 13, and it says, But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked, thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. I've underlined part of verse 27, the very end. Our hand is high, and the Lord hath not done all this. And I believe that's talking about something else. Don't listen to what I'm about to say and think that I'm explaining this chapter, because I'm not. What I'm doing is telling you something that I connected that to. So a lot of times when we go through something, we get so close to God and we develop this intimacy with Him that we couldn't quite reach while we were living high, living good. And then when everything gets better again, we tend to feel like, well, it took a long time to get better, so maybe it wasn't really God, and I did this and I did that, so maybe it wasn't really Him. Maybe I got myself out of this. And I think that's a very boxed way to look at it, because when you think of it, God, every good thing comes from God, and sometimes it takes the humility that comes from a tough circumstance to recognize His presence. And you don't want to lose that humility when He gives you your breakthrough. Because after the breakthrough is where the praise comes. That's where you're strong and you're giving that praise back to Him. And that's not to say not to praise Him through the trial, through the tribulation. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is after the breakthrough, you have all the more power to use, energy to use to praise Him with. It's such a shame, and it's so shameful to be delivered and then not to give God the glory for it. Especially when you had that intimacy with him during your trial. You felt his presence so strongly and you grew deeper in your relationship with him than you had previously. This is just an encouragement to remember who it was that stood beside you and battled and fought for you. Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 3. Yea, he loved the people, all his saints are in thy hand, and they sat down at thy feet. Everyone shall receive thy word. Sitting at his feet, when you have that fly, my goodness, I wish it would just get out of here. Scram. Just sitting at his feet, when you have nothing to ask him, but you just want to be close to him, you just want to be with him, you just want to feel his presence. There's so many. Battery. Gotta go soon. There's so many different aspects to the Christian walk. There's the trials we face, then there's the blessings we receive, there's the sitting at his feet, but always to remember to keep him at the center focus of your life, because he is the reason why your heart's beating and your lungs are filling with air. He's the reason that the world is still kept in motion and that everything is as it should be. And that's not to say that the world is perfect, because it's far from it, but that's not his fault. That's a result of the fall. But just keep God at the foremost of your mind and remember, once you're done with this battle, this trial, this hard time, give him the glory and praise him with all of your heart. Until next time.